Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to a new video on the channel. In today's video, everybody, we're doing a dating flow chart for everybody. Just so you guys can visualize where you are in the market, what you can do to ascend, and how you can attract a girl. How you can get a girlfriend, how you can slay, or whatever. Just how you can succeed in the dating market today. We have four categories. We have LTN, we have MTN, we have HTN, and we have Chad, which this last one, if you are a Chad watching this video, something is wrong with you. Maybe you are neurodivergent. Anyways, we're gonna go over all these different, looks levels and what they can do to ascend and find success in the dating market. With the first one being the LTN, you're below average. You're ugly. Sorry, boss. You're ugly, man. You gotta look better. You gotta ascend. And if you're an LTN and you're under 18 years old, lucky for you, you're under 18. You're able to hop on HGH to maximize the height growth by drinking raw milk, and you can self-max, you can study hard, towards a high-paying job for your future Looksmaxxing endeavors. Just fly, man. And if you're not under 18, then this option is irrelevant for you. You have to focus on hard maxing. But yeah, like I said, if you're under 18 years old as an LTN, you're able to go on HGH and hop on HGH and maximize that growth spurt, or that time where your growth plates are open. You can maximize that even longer until you're in 20s, into your early 20s, and grow by drinking a ton of raw milk, because that's we know that's a sign of like drinking a lot of raw milk when you're under age of 18. But if you don't want to hop on HGH, you can still self max and still try to make money. Still drink raw milk to go taller. But it's recommended to go on HGH if you really want to go taller, and if you are below average, below average in attractiveness and of course in height. So once you are on HGH, you self-max yourself as an LTN. You start studying. You have to ask yourself, do you have the money to hard max? And if you don't have the money to hard max, boss, you have to make money. That's the only thing you can do, man. Once you self-max, there ain't much else you can do besides hard maxing, so you have to focus on making the money. So, like again, if you don't have the money for hard maxing, it goes back. It goes back to, do you have money? And once you have money, you can figure out what kind of strategies you need, which I can help you with in my own school community. Shameless plug. You can join there, and I can help you understand what you need for what kind of surgeries you need to hard max and to ascend, and you can also join my Discord server for that. Now, once you have gotten the surgeries and you've ascended as an LTN, you ask yourself, if you're an LTN, you probably are MTN plus. So you ask yourself this question: are you neurotypical? And if you're not neurotypical, then you gotta NT max, bro. Unfortunately, it's the only way you can get around it. You gotta NT max. You gotta make friends. You gotta go to warm places to interact with people, like university clubs. Like university clubs and sport clubs. There's not a comma here, but that's basically the things you have to do. Go to warm places to talk to people, to socialize, because now you're no longer LTN. You won't be treated like a below average person. You will be treated normal. So you can finally NT max. Because if you're LTN and you try to date, you're not gonna have success most of the time, basically ever. You're gonna have to hard max. You're gonna have to hard max until you're at least an MTN. Because as an MTN, you at least have, you're at least normal. You're not a below average, so people won't treat you bad. So you have the option to NT max, and once you are NT, or if you already are NT, congratulations. You have to ask yourself, are you an MTN or above? Which I hope you are. But if you're not an MTN or above, then, or if you're not above MTN plus, then you have to ask yourself this question: are you white? It's a pretty brutal question, honestly, but this white theory is real. So if you're not white, then you have to geomax to your home country, Southeast Asia, Asia, whatever. That's the easiest place to really geomax if you're not white. But if you are white as an MTN, you have the option to geomax wherever you want to. Wherever your heart desires, you can go to, South Africa, you can go to Asia, you can go to I guess Australia, but that's also kind of like a Western country, you could say. But if you're not, sorry, if you are an MTN Plus, let's say you are, right? You can ask yourself the next question: are you HTN? So now the question is, if you're an HTN, if you send it from LTN to HTN, you finally are able to use dating apps. You won't be you won't be listed out as a like you will have success in dating apps. You will be able to cold approach, which is not necessarily needed, but it's a bonus. You can do it now as an HTN if you have Harmax to HTN from LTN, and you can basically do everything which the MTN has to do, just for like extra ascension. And if you're not an HTN, then you have to max out your life in every kind of way possible and find a niche. So you have to maximize your personality, your game, your status, find your niche, and then find a girl you like. Find a girl you like, and that's how you ascend as an LTN. If you're not HTN by the time you've ascended, then you have to maximize everything else in your life and find a niche, because that will be the easiest way to attract a girl. You will have an easier time finding a girl that likes you back. But yeah, if you're not white, then you gotta geomax and find yourself a Southeast Asian or South Asian girl, and you will have success there. You'll find some cute girl, some cute Thai girl, I don't know, and or some cute Japanese girl. But if you're white, you can geomax where you want to if you're an MTN. So that's what you can do. That's the best thing you can do. That's the best options you have as an LTN. And the same principle goes for MTN pretty much, because LTN and MTN, they're the same, practically. Not very different. So same goes for the MTN. Are you under 18 years old? If you are, great. Hop on HGH, grow taller, drink raw milk, have good diet, self-max, go for a job. And the good thing about being MTN as a starting point, is you can socialize. You're finally able to be normal. You're not finally be able to. You are normal. So you will have the options to socialize, and you don't have to focus on just looks as an LTN. You can actually end up socializing people, and that's gonna help as well with the LNT maxing thing. But if you don't have enough money, of course, with hard maxing as an NTM, you have to make money. Self-explanatory. Once you have the money for as an MTN to hard max, you hard max as much as possible, preferably to HTN, or not preferably, but for like hard max until you feel like you're happy with your life, and then once you're HTN plus, you can ask the question in typical, which you probably are gonna be, because you're an MTN and you socialize as well. You try to socialize, you try to be, try to interact with people, and then you probably above MTN as well as an MTN, so you can go on dating apps again. You will have the option to do so. You will have more matches as an HTN, and you won't be like an MTN or a low tier normie where you won't have any options. Mid tier normies and low tier normies are never gonna have many options on dating apps. Just isn't gonna happen, and call approaching isn't gonna work. So you have to max out your life in every aspect, and find a niche. Find yourself a niche. Important to find a niche if you cannot hard max to HTN. So that's kind of what the tips I would give, or the not tips, but like what an LTN and an MTN can do. So low to normie and then a mid to normie can do to ascend and find a girlfriend and have success in the dating market. But if you're HTN, things are looking better for you, because you can ask yourself the question: are you happy with this? Are you happy being HTN? You're above average in looks. You will have options. If you're happy, never give up, man. God has a plan for you. You can finally do what you want to do. You can attract the girl you want to attract, or you can have multiple girls. You can kind of slay as well. You can slay as an HTN. It's possible. You will have more options for yourself, so you can be happy with your dating life and cruise and find a good girl. You won't have the options as Chad does, but you will have some options there, and you can find yourself a girl that you like. But if you're not happy with your if you're not happy with your circumstances, and you want to ascend even more as an HTN, then we go back to the option of like, are you under 18? If you are, HGA's max, soft max, study max, socialize max, diet max. But if you're not under 18, then this is irrelevant. Besides soft maxing and money maxing and socializing, you money max. You money max. You try to get money so you can hard max. You figure out what you need for surgeries. You become neurotypical, and then once you're neurotypical, you figure out. Well, you don't figure out. You're already HCN. So, well, of course, this is after you've hard maxed, right? Sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you're an HCN and you've hard maxed to Chad Light, then this is gonna be like, this is where you're gonna be at, man. This is your box. Dating apps. You can approach people. You can do cold approaches. You can basically do everything here. All these options right here, and they're optional, of course. They're optional. You can do them, but you probably are maxed out if you are a Chad Light, most likely. Maybe like, tint your eyebrows, minoxidil. Maybe your hairline receding. Whatever there is to it. But I guess that's also a hard max because you're gonna, hair transplant. So that's kind of how it is for HTNs. It's a lot easier for an HTN to ascend, and well, not a lot easier, but actually no, it is a lot easier. But you can still do these options like this one, like HGA's max and drum milk max, and you have the option for the dating options for dating apps and stuff like that. And then of course we have, last but not least, you have Chad. If you're Chad, bro, you can actually afford to never give up. You can actually never give up. You can never give up, because God has a plan for you. God will lead you the right direction. Well, the direction is you. You're the direction. You are Him. Like, you're literally Him, bro. You can do whatever the hell you want. Everybody loves you, man. You can go out and socialize. You can go on dating apps. You can go cold approach. Everybody loves talking to you. You can do social media, make money that way. Capitalize off your looks. Life is yours, and all you have to do is keep trying until eventually you can succeed. But most likely, you won't need to try. If you're trying, you gotta try. Something is wrong, man. Then I think you have to analyze your looks again. Maybe you're an HCN. Still pretty good, but a Chad is a Chad. Pretty self-explanatory. You don't really have to worry about your looks as a Chad. You can still hard max and do these things, but the ROI is super low for you. So there's no point of hard maxing as a Chad. Or, I mean, you can soft max, of course, but you don't necessarily need to soft max. But it could be helpful to be healthy, to soft max and do these simple things. But you don't need to. You already had the looks, at birth. You're Chad. So that is the dating chart that I can give you guys. This is pretty much the way of life for your looks. And depending on where you are in the look scale, which in most case scenarios you are in this range, and if you're watching this video, you're most likely in this range. And if you're really desperate, you're probably in this range. LTN to MTN range, you're probably there. And even as an HTN, you can still benefit with doing these things. So that's kind of the dating flow chart. This dating flow chart is mostly catered to the LTN and the MTN, to hard max, to HTN plus. So you can actually have the dating options, the dating apps options, the cold approaching options, the NT maxing, to universities, to clubs, to sports. You can basically go to anywhere you want. You can enjoy life and have a pretty successful dating life. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys would like to ascend to an HTN plus, and you want to get tips, advice on how to actually do this kind of stuff, how to soft max, how to basically do this kind of stuff, hard max, you can go to my school community, and I can help you out there. You can ask me questions of how to send all the modules in there, or for soft-maxing and for hard-maxing, so everything is available for you if you want it there. Tons of information, probably the most informative community out there that I've ever seen. It's just amazing. So if you guys want to join there, go in there, then make sure to click the link down below in the description. With that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.